Hello everyone, Dennis here. In this video, we'll talk about GCE O Level Mathematics, Lecture 6, Integers. This video is brought to you by Ace with Dennis. Now, learning can be smart, not hard. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell notification button to stop missing out free lesson from me. The learning objectives of the lessons are to recognize the use of negative numbers in the real world, to represent numbers on a number line, and to perform 4 operations of integers. Let's start the lesson with the idea of negative numbers. This is 0. When we move to the right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. These numbers are positive numbers. We can also write them as positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4, and so on. When we move to the left, we have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and so on. These numbers are negative numbers. 0 is neither positive number nor negative number. These numbers are integers. However, negative numbers do not have to be always integers. Negative numbers can be fraction or decimals. Examples: 4/3, which is a fraction, and 0.8 is a decimal number. These are positive numbers. Similarly, negative 2/3, which is a fraction, and negative 0.69, which is a decimal number, they are negative numbers. Now, let's look at this example. An eagle is flying 200 meters above the sea level. A fish is swimming 150 meters below the sea level. Represent their positions using positive and negative number. Here is the solution. Let the distance above the sea level be positive. Therefore, the position of eagle is 200 meters. And the position of fish is negative 150 meters. Now, let's try this example yourself. The temperature of a cup of coffee is 50 degrees Celsius above the freezing point of water. The temperature of a tube of ice cream is 15 degrees Celsius below the freezing point of water. Represent their temperatures using positive and negative numbers. You can pause the video and try to do it yourself. Alright, this is a solution. Let the temperature above the freezing point be positive. Therefore, the temperature of the cup of coffee is 50 degrees Celsius, while the temperature of the tube of ice cream is negative 15 degrees Celsius. Now, let's discuss about the number lines. Here is an example. We start from 0. We move to the right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. These are positive numbers. We move to the left. We have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and so on. These are negative numbers. From this number line, on a horizontal number line, we can see that all the positive numbers are to the right of 0. All the negative numbers are to the left of 0. The numbers are arranged in ascending or increasing order from the left to the right, which means that every number is less than any number on its right and greater than any number on its left. Let's compare these two numbers, negative 2 and 3. So negative 2 is less than 3. How about negative 2 and negative 5? So from here, we know that negative 2 is greater than negative 5 because negative 5 is at the left of negative 2, which indicate that it is smaller than negative 2. So this symbol is less than, and this symbol is greater than. They are inequality signs. Now, let's look at this example. A represent 0, 1.8 and negative 2.4 on the number line. B. Arrange these numbers in ascending order. Here's the solution. For A, usually a number line is given. For this example, it looks like this. So we look at the first number, 0. So obviously, the 0 will be at this position. And then the next one, 1.8. So 1.8 will be between 1 and 2. And it will close to 2. So 1.8 will be somewhere here. Next, negative 2.4 will be between negative 2 and negative 3. And it is slightly close to negative 2. So here is the position of negative 2.4. For B, we need to arrange these numbers in ascending order. So based on the number line, we know that the smallest number is negative 2.4 because it is at the leftmost number. The largest number will be 1.8, and because it is at the rightmost number, and 0 is between these two numbers. Therefore, the ascending order is negative 2.4, 0, and 1.8. Now, let's try this example yourself. A. Arrange these numbers in descending orders. B. The number will be negative 1.5, pi, negative 42%, and square root of 7. B. Express the relationship between pi and 7 using inequality sign less than or equals to. You can pause the video and try to do it yourself. Okay, here is the solution. For A, the given numbers are negative 1.5, pi, negative 42%, and 7. So, these numbers are given in different form, which is very difficult for us to decide which numbers are big and which numbers are small. So, what we can do is, we can change all these numbers into decimals. So, it will look like negative 1.5. For pi, the value is 3.142. For negative 42%, the decimal number is negative 0.42. And for 7, it is 2.646. Now, we can arrange this number in descending order. So, descending order means we start with the biggest number to the smallest number. So from here, the biggest number is 3.142, followed by 2.646, then negative 0.42, and the smallest number is negative 1.5. Don't forget to change these numbers back to their original form. So the answer will be pi, 7, negative 42%, and negative 1.5. For B, from the descending order that we have written just now, so we can see the relationship between pi and 7. We know that pi is bigger than 7. Therefore, from using the inequality sign less than or equals to, the answer is 7 is less than or equals to pi. Let's discuss the operation of addition of integers. We start with one simple example. What is the answer of 1 plus 2? So to illustrate this operation, we can use this number line. We start at number 1 and we move 2 units to the right. So 1, move 1 unit and 2 units. It lands at 3. So the answer for 1 plus 2 equals 3. Similarly, negative 1 plus 2, we start at negative 1 and we move 2 units to the right. So negative 1, 1 unit and 2 units. It lands at 1. So the answer for negative 1 plus 2 equals 1. What about 1 plus negative 2? So this example, we can see that it is a positive number add with a negative number. When we add a negative number, we move in the opposite direction. Start from 1, we move 2 units to the left. So 1, 1 unit and 2 units. It lands at negative 1. Therefore, 1 plus negative 2 equals negative 1. Similarly, negative 1 plus negative 2, we start at negative 1 and we move 2 units to the left. So negative 1, 1 unit and 2 units. It lands at negative 3. Therefore, the answer for negative 1 plus negative 2 equals negative 3. From these few examples, we can make this conclusion. When an integer adds a negative number, it moves in the opposite direction. Therefore, we can write 1 plus negative 2 as 1 minus 2, and the answer is negative 1. Similarly, negative 1 plus negative 2, we can rewrite it as negative 1 minus 2, and the answer is negative 3. Let's see this example. Evaluate the following. A. Negative 5 plus negative 3. B. 12 plus negative 3. And C. Negative 20 plus 6. Here's the solution. For A, negative 5 plus negative 3, we can rewrite it as negative 5 minus 3, and the answer is negative 8. For B, 12 plus negative 3, we can write it as 12 minus 3, and the answer is 9. For C, negative 20 plus 6. For this example, we actually don't have to do anything. Just imagine the number line start with negative 20 and move 6 units to the right. The answer is negative 14. Subtraction of integers. What is the answer of 1 minus 2? We can describe this operation in a number line. So, we start with number 1, and for subtraction, we'll move the direction to the left. So for this case, start with 1, move 2 units to the left. So 1 unit to the left, another unit to the left. It lands at negative 1. Therefore, the answer for 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Similarly, for negative 1 minus 2, start at negative 1, we move 2 units to the left. So negative 1, 1 unit, 2 units. It lands at negative 3. So the answer for negative 1 minus 2 equals negative 3. What about 1 minus negative 2? So now for this case, we can see that it is a minus, we should move to the left. But because we minus a negative number, we have to change the direction. So if we move to the right, we start at 1 and move 2 units to the right. 1, 2. So it lands at 3. The answer for 1 minus negative 2 equals 3. Similarly, for negative 1 minus negative 2, this is a negative number minus a negative number. So since it is a subtraction and it is a negative number, we have to move to the right. Start with negative 1, 1 unit, 2 units. It lands at 1, Hence, the answer for -1 minus -2 is 1. From these examples, we can make this conclusion. When an integer subtracts a negative number, it moves in the opposite direction. Therefore, we can write 1 minus -2 as 1 plus 2, and the answer is 3. For -1 plus -2, we can write it as -1 plus 2, and the answer is 1. Let's see this example. Evaluate the following. A. -5 minus -3. B. 12 minus -3. And C. -20 minus 6. Here is the solution. For A, -5 minus -3, we can write it as -5 plus 3, and the answer is -2. For B, 12 minus -3, we can write it as 12 plus 3, and the answer is 15. For C, -20 minus 6, for this case, we don't have to write anything. We just imagine we start at -20 and we move 6 units to the left, and the answer is -26. Now, let's discuss about multiplication of integers. What is multiplication? Here is the concept. Multiplication of whole numbers can be regarded as repeated addition. There are a few rules that we should know. Multiplication rule number 1. A positive number multiplied by a positive number will result a positive number. For example, 3 multiplied by 4 equals 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the result is 12. The 3 multiplied by 4 here means that 4 is repeated 3 times. To illustrate this concept, let's look at this diagram. So here we have 4 ones. This is one group of 4 ones, and it repeats 3 times, which we can rewrite as 3 times 4, and the result is 12. Multiplication rule number 2. A positive number multiplied with a negative number will result a negative number. Here is an example. 3 multiplied by a -4, which is equal -4 plus -4 plus -4, and the answer is -12. The 3 times -4 here means -4 is repeated 3 times. This diagram will illustrate the meaning. So we have 4 negative ones and grouped in one group, 2 groups, and 3 groups, which the result is 3 times -4 equals -12. Multiplication rule number 3. A negative number multiplied with a positive number gives us a negative number. For example, -3 times 4 equals 3 times -4, and the result is -12. Take note that A times B equals B times A. Multiplication rule number 4. A negative number multiplied with a negative number will give us a positive number. For example, -3 times -4 equals negative bracket 3 times -4. The negative here means it is in the opposite direction. So we know that 3 times -4 is -12, hence it is negative bracket -12. And again, here the negative here means the opposite direction of -12, and the result is positive 12. Let's see one example here. Evaluate the following. A. Positive 3 times positive 7. B. 8 times -9. And C. Negative 2 times positive 3 times negative 5. Here is the solution. For A, positive 3 times positive 7. Usually we don't write the positive sign, so we can write it as 3 times 7, and the result is 21. For B, 8 times negative 9, we can write it as negative bracket 8 times 9, and the result is negative 72. For C, negative 2 times positive 3 times negative 5. So negative 2 times positive 3, we get negative 6. And followed by multiply with negative 5. And we get the answer is 30. Division of integers. Let's recap multiplication rules, as division rules are related to multiplication rules. Multiplication rule number 1. A positive number times with a positive number will give us a positive number. Therefore, division rule number 1 is a positive number divided by a positive number will give us a positive number. Multiplication rule number 2. Positive number times a negative number will give us a negative number. Therefore, for division rule number 2, a negative number divided by a negative number will give us a positive number. Multiplication rule number 3. A negative number times with a positive number equals a negative number. Therefore, for division rule number 3, a negative number divided by a positive number will give us a negative number. Multiplication rule number 4. A negative number multiplied with a negative number will give us a positive number. Therefore, for division rule number 4, a positive number divided by a negative number will give us a positive number. Let's see this example. Evaluate the following. A. Negative 25 divided by negative 5. B. 12 divided by negative 3. And C. Negative 20 divided by 4. Here is the solution. For A, negative 25 divided by negative 5 equals 25 divided by 5, as we know that a negative number divided by a negative number will give us a positive number. Therefore, there is no difference, as 25 divided by 5, and the answer is 5. For B, 12 divided by negative 3, we can write as negative bracket 12 divided by 3. The result is negative 4. For C, negative 20 divided by 4 equals negative 5. As we know that a negative number divided by a positive number gives us a negative number, so 20 divided by 4 we get 5. So the result is negative 5. Let's have more fun by combining the operations of integers. Here's an example. Evaluate the following using BODMAS rule where necessary. For your information, for those who don't understand BODMAS rule, the B stands for bracket, O stands for order, D is division, M is multiplication, A is addition, and S is subtraction. So we can follow these orders in our operation. So the A, negative 20 times negative 9 divided by 5. B, 32 minus 42 divided by negative 7 plus negative 3. C, 20 divided by negative 4 plus negative 3 times negative 9. You can take out a piece of paper, pause the video, and try to solve it yourself. Alright, here is the solution. For A, negative 20 times negative 9 divided by 5. Following the BODMAS rule, right, we can start with the multiplication and division. For negative 20 times negative 9, we get 180. then divided by 5, and the result is 36. So this is pretty simple. For B, 32 minus 42 divided by -7 plus -3. So by following the BODMAS rule, right, there is no bracket, there is no order, which means indices. We have the division. So we can start with the division first. Therefore, 42 divided by -7, you get -6. So the operation becomes 32 minus -6 minus 3. So negative minus 6 is plus 6. So it becomes 32 plus 6 minus 3. And the result is 35. For C, 20 divided by -4 plus -3 times -9. So again, following the BODMAS rule, there is no bracket, which is a small simple bracket here. The order, there is no order. We will start with the division and the multiplication. So division and multiplication. 20 divided by -4, we get -5. -3 times -9, we get positive 27. So the result is -5 plus 27, and the answer is 22. Now, let's see one more example with more complicated operations. Evaluate the following. Use BODMAS rule where necessary. For A, -3 cubed times -2 plus bracket -4 plus -2 square divided by -9. B, -12 minus -2 cubed divided by bracket -3 plus -5 plus -5 square. Again, you can take out a piece of paper, pause the video, and try to solve it yourself. Alright, here's the solution. For A, -3 cubed times -2 plus bracket -4 plus -2 square divided by -9 by following the BODMAS rule. Okay, from here, we'll take care with the bracket and the order. Okay, which is -3 cubed is -27. So the bracket here, -4 plus -2, we get -6 square. Right, the rest we just copy down. Times -2, so here's times -2 divided by -9, here's divided by -9. So when we reach this step, the next thing is I can see times, indices, and division. So let's take care about the multiplication and the indices first. So -27 times -2, we get 54. -6 square, we get 36. Then followed by divided by -9. Alright, then from here, we take care of the division. 36 divided by -9, we get -4. So it will be 54 plus -4, which is 54 minus 4, and the answer is 50. Alright, so for B, -12 minus -2 cubed divided by bracket -3 plus -5 plus -5 square. So from here, again, we follow the BODMAS rule. Okay, so you take care of the indices and the brackets and indices. -2 cubed is -8. The bracket -3 plus -5, we get -8. -5 square, we get 25. Alright, so the whole operation becomes -12 minus -8 divided by -8 plus 25. Now from this line, we can see that we have the operation of division. Okay, we have to take care of -8 divided by -8, which gives us 1. Alright, so be careful the sign. -8 divided by -8 is 1, and minus is still minus. Right, -12 minus 1 plus 25. And the answer is 12. Alright, do you get the answer correctly? Alright, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Do you have any questions or thoughts to share? Feel free to write it down in the comment area. I would love to hear from you. Do you like this video? Please don't forget to like it, and share it to your friends. Until then, see you in the next video. Have a great day ahead.